What if fear could teach you? Learn English with ghosts. Tonight, have you ever felt like eyes you can't see were watching you from the empty house at the end of the street?
Ooh, that's spooky, Liam. You mean a house that's always dark and quiet, the kind you always ask, what's hiding in there?
That's the one, Emma. A house that looks empty, but something is always moving inside. Our story tonight is about a strange house that changed someone's life forever.
Wow, that sounds interesting. And in this scary story, are there new English words for us to learn, like always?
Yes, there are new words waiting for you to find in the dark. So, if you're feeling brave, turn off the lights.
And come listen to the story with us.
The House of Door.
I found a very cheap room in a quiet building. The room was small, but it was okay for me. Next to my building, there was a strange house. It was very old. The house was not made of normal walls. It was made of hundreds of old doors. Big doors, small doors, all put together to make a house. It was quiet, very quiet, like no one lived there.
After 1 week, I started to see things. At night, when I came home late, I saw a shadow move inside the doorhouse. It was fast. When I looked again, it was gone.
It's just my eyes, I told myself.
Then, one Tuesday night at 10 o'clock, knock, knock, knock. Someone was at my door. I looked through the peephole. I saw an old man. He was thin, with white hair. He looked very tired. I opened the door. "Can I help you?" I asked. The old man looked past me into my room. "Are you here alone?" he asked. His voice was quiet. "Yes, I am alone," I said. The old man nodded slowly. His eyes looked sad. Before he left, he said something that made me feel cold. "It is best not to be curious here." Then he walked away into the darkness. I did not hear his footsteps. He just disappeared. His words did not stop me. They made me more curious. Who was that old man? What did he know about the strange house? I started to watch the house every day. One evening, I saw something new. There were marks on the old doors. I took out my phone. I opened the camera and zoomed in. My heart stopped. They were names. Names were written on every door. I zoomed in on one name that was easy to read. John. That night, I could not sleep. I used my computer to search for the name John and the address of my building. I found an old post on a website. The post asked, "Has anyone seen John Miller?" John was a tenant in this building. He lived here a long time ago. Then he disappeared. I felt a cold fear. I used my phone's camera again. I looked for other names on the doors. I saw Emily, Robert, and Sarah. I searched for all the names. The story was always the same.
They were all people who lived in this building, and they all disappeared. The house was not a house. It was a tomb. I became obsessed. I started to hear quiet sounds from the house. I heard whispers. I heard doorknobs turning. I knew I had to leave. I decided to move out that weekend. On Friday night, I was putting my things in boxes. I heard a knock on my door. It was 10 o'clock. I was too scared to open it. "I know you are in there." The old man's voice came through the door. It sounded weak. "Please, do not make the same mistake. Run away." I wanted to listen to him, but I needed to know the truth. What happened to all those people? I waited until the voice was gone. Then I did a very foolish thing. I walked out of my room and went to the door house. One door, the door with the name John on it, was open just a little. It was like an invitation. I pushed the door open and went inside. It was not a normal house. Inside, it was a maze of more doors and dark hallways. The air was cold. I heard crying sounds all around me. I saw the shadows again. They were like ghosts, walking in circles, lost and sad. I turned to leave, but the door I came through was gone. It was just another locked door now. I was trapped. "We warned you," a whisper said all around me. "Your curiosity is your prison now." I felt very tired. My body felt heavy. My mind became foggy. I was becoming a part of the house. The last thing I saw was the old man at the end of a hallway. He looked at me with sad eyes. Then everything went dark. Many years later, a new young man moves into the cheap room. He is happy to have a new home. He looks out his window and sees the strange house made of doors. He thinks it looks interesting. That night, at 10 o'clock, he hears a knock on his door. He opens it. He sees a ghost, a man who looks tired and confused. I look past him into his room. "Are you here alone?" I ask, with a voice that is not mine anymore. "Yes, I am alone." "Why?" the new tenants ask. I nod slowly. I look at him with sad eyes. Before I disappear into the darkness, I give him the same warning that I was given so long ago. It is best not to be curious here.
And that's the end of our story for tonight.
What a scary story, Liam. I'm still thinking about that strange house.
Me too. The story is over, but the house is still there. And so are the doors.
And the words, the English words from the story are still there too.
That's right. And you need to know what the words mean. We will look at each one together.
Okay, let's do it. Listen closely, everyone.
It is time to go inside.
Vocabulary breakdown. Tenant, meaning a person who pays rent to live in a room or a house. In the story, John was a tenant in this building. Strange, meaning unusual or surprising, not normal. In the story, next to my building there was a strange house. shadow, meaning a dark shape that appears on a surface when something is between the light and the surface. In the story, I saw a shadow move inside the door house. Disappear, meaning to stop being visible, to vanish. In the story, then he disappeared. Curious, meaning wanting to know or learn about something. In the story, it is best not to be curious here. Search, meaning to look carefully for someone or something. In the story, I used my computer to search for the name John. Whisper, meaning a very quiet sound or way of speaking. In the story, I started to hear quiet sounds from the house. I heard whispers. Maze, meaning a path or a group of paths that are confusing and hard to find your way through. In the story, inside, it was a maze of more doors and dark hallways. Ghost, meaning the spirit of a dead person. In the story, they were like ghosts, walking in circles, lost and sad. Trapped, meaning not able to move or escape from a place. In the story, I was trapped. Warning, meaning a statement that tells you about a possible danger or problem. In the story, I give him the same warning that I was given.